Hi guys and welcome back to the channel. I'm so super excited about this one and I'll give you a little bit of a clue.
Taylor's oldest time.
Oh, you know I was going to jump on this bandwagon. I was so excited to do this video, and this is my second intro and my second time at filming Belle because it all disappeared. Yay! I actually went to go and see the movie last week and filmed Belle before I went to go and see the movie. So I went to the theatre with my Belle hair and my Belle makeup. Came home the next day to edit it all and it was gone. All gone. So this is the second time of filming it and second intro, so I'm going to make this one quick so I can get on and edit it and put it up. Thank you so much for watching. I've done, as you can tell, the beauty part, the beauty, and the beast part as well. The beast part was so much fun. This isn't a technical video in terms of how you should be doing your makeup because it was a real simple. I wanted it to look like the beast, so it was a bit more of a, if any of you saw Crispy's Halloween makeup a couple of years ago for Werewolf, I took a little bit of inspo from that and that's where I went with it and ran with it basically, and I had so much fun doing the beast one. But the Belle one is a beautiful makeup, quite bridal, everyday, really soft. Yeah, who doesn't want to look like a Disney princess? So thank you so much for watching as always. Do all that great stuff that you do, like subscribe, like, and there's always Facebook, there's Snapchat, there's Instagram, I'm on all of that too. So if you want to see lots more pictures of Henry and makeup, make sure to follow me on that too. Thanks so much again guys, and I will see you again next time. Bye!
Hi guys, let's get into the details then, shall we? First off, I'm using a fluffy brush as always to set my concealer. I'm using the shade Tempera from the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette. I'm then going in with a smaller fluffy brush and concentrating on the socket with shade Omega from MAC. This makeup isn't going to be really intense, it's just going to be a soft eye makeup. I'm then going in with Vanilla from MAC, that's a vanilla pigment from MAC, not the pan, the actual powdered pigment, to use on my eyelid. It's got a really soft sparkle through it, so it's quite nice to use as a soft base. I'm then going to give myself that beautiful thick lash line that all these Disney princesses have by using the Rimmel, I'm just used to saying MAC now, Rimmel Scandal Eyes in black, and creating a wedge shape on the outer corner of my eye, because I'm then going to go in with MAC's 208 brush with MAC Embark and MAC Carbon eyeshadow. God, it's a MAC day today. And I'm going to wing that liner out. So rather than using a harsh liquid liner or gel, I'm using an angled brush and using the shadow to blend and diffuse the black line and give myself that slightly soft winged edge. All Disney princesses are soft, apart from Milne, she kicks ass, but that's coming later on in the year apparently. Starting with my face, I'm going to go in with Chanel's LeBlanc LeBlanc base, spit it out yourself, LeBlanc base to illuminate my skin. I'm then going to go in with MAC Face and Body in N2. Belle has beautiful skin and we want to have beautiful skin, but we're still going to need a little bit of coverage. So that's what I'm going to use, so it gives me that little bit of coverage without being too much on the face. I'm then going to highlight all my high points of the face with Light Boost MAC pen. God, it is really a MAC day today. And just as I said, highlight the high points of my face and blend out using my beauty blender. And going in with another MAC product. God, I almost want to lie to you guys, but you know, I won't lie to you. I'll tell you the truth. I really don't think about what products I'm actually using apart from being the color and texture that I want. And oh, look at little Henry sticking up there in the background. But I'm using the lightest shade from the Pro palette under the eyes. And using my finger, I've really been enjoying using my finger to blend that under the eye area. Just gives you a softer application because the heat of your finger warms up the product. And then using the second warmest shade to sort of diffuse the under eye highlight. I don't want it being too stark. We don't want no drag going on with Belle. And going to blend that in using the Sculpting Duo cream, using the contour cream and the highlight this time, because again, all the cream products are going to make a really nice soft base. Look at that, we're playing it up to our Disney princess sisters. There's no competition in the Disney world. And I'm using Cinderella limited edition highlighter for the high points of my face. Again, I don't want to blind highlight and contour and all that nonsense. I just want a really soft, back to basics, natural makeup. Using my favorite MAC Disney Princess lip combo, I'm using Soar pencil. I'm then going to go in with Mehr lipstick, and later on I will add a little bit of ample pink gloss to that. favourite blushers. It's the Daniel Sandler watercolour blush in shade Mayfair. It's a really pigmented liquid blusher, which is great over the top of any product. I haven't found it's gone patchy over the top of powder, and it's got the real true pink for that Disney princess pop. Now let's get to the fun bit, and the bit you've all probably been waiting for, the beast! So first off, I started with a little bit of glue and stuck down the edge of my brows because I wanted to create a new brow shape. So let that dry and went in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills pomade in chocolate on an angled brush. I think this is actually Anastasia Beverly Hills one that I borrowed from my mum, don't tell her. But I'm using that on my brows to accentuate the outer edge and create a straight shape. I then powdered with a little bit of just normal powder and went over the top of it with any concealer just to blank out the sort of curved edge of my natural brows so the straight edge of my false brows could come through. Then of course going back in with my One Love palette. I know one of these days I will use a different palette, I promise. And I'm using the shade Raw Sienna to start off the edge of my eye makeup. I'm really over accentuating the outer corner to get that real cat eye lift with my eye makeup. I'm then going in with burnt orange to intensify the cut crease on the outer corner, really over accentuating the lift on the outer edge. I'm then going to use a slightly more compacted brush and use shade MAC corduroy, MAC shade corduroy, just really in the center of my socket, overworking the inner and outer corners. I want that real depth in my eye makeup, so I'm really accentuating the inner corner and the outer corners. Next, I'm using MAC Embark on a flat brush and pressing this into my eyelid. Same as I did with the socket, I'm really overemphasizing the inner corner. As you can see here, I'm going back in with that other brush to make sure it's all blended out. I don't know why I'm blending. This is a total just have fun makeup, but you know me, I'm still taking it seriously. I mean, look at my brows. They're still on fleek, even if they are meant to be a beast's eyebrow. Still adding a little bit more definition, I'm going back in with MAC Carbon eyeshadow and overemphasizing the inner corner just a little bit more. To add some more depth and intensify that cat eye shape I have going on, I'm using Rimmel Scandal Eyes in black to overemphasize the outer corner and create that new angled cat eye effect in the inner corner. Going back over the top of it with Makeup Geek Corrupt. I've been using MAC so far because it's not as black as the Corrupt is, but now I'm going in because I want that underneath to be really deep and intense and feel it sunken into my eyes. So I'm using the Makeup Geek to blend out the Rimmel Scandal Eyes. To finish off the eye makeup, I'm using BarryM's liquid liner to over accentuate that sort of angle we have at the end of my eye. But because I don't want to have an actual winged liner, you don't see many beasts running around with their winged liner on, I'm going to go back in with the Embark on a 208 brush, same as what we did for the Belle makeup in a more intensified way, and soften out that liner. Now for my base, I'm starting off with the matte, the L'Oreal Infallible Matte base. All of the things I've used so far have been matte. I don't want no shine. It's not as if I need to highlight or anything, being a beast. But I did want to start off with a little bit of coverage because I am going to go in, as you can see, with a heavy contour. I do want my features to be really angular. So contouring always works best when you already start off with a really soft base. So I'm using face and body and end to set off a little bit of a base so that all the creams that I apply on top have something to blend into, and it makes it much easier for them to blend. For my sort of stark highlight contour, I'm using Makeup Forever shade Y23, I think it is. Makeup Forever HD Concealer Y23, and I'm really overemphasizing all the high points of my face, giving myself quite a chunky top lip and a chunky forehead and flat nose for that sort of beast appearance, and then the underneath my chiseled cheeks because I do want them to appear really angular too. And in true contour fashion, where there's light, there's always dark, I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Contour Palette Darkest Shade, again to overemphasize all my angular features and flatten out my nose and make my cheekbones look a little bit more angular. All the usual places that if you want to contour, you contour, and I'm just going to do it in a much more intensified way. I'm then using MAC Studio Fix Powder in shade NW15 to really flatten and powder down those high points that I spoke about, because I do really want that flat nose feature and that flat forehead. So I'm just using them to, again, create that base of flatness. To set my angular cheeks, I'm using Estee Lauder Double Wear Powder. I think it's NC3 that the shade is. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I will note that down below. On a MAC angled brush and over-emphasizing the original cream contour that we put down. As you can see, I'm pulling the product down into my sort of jawline, down past my mouth, because I do really want that angular sort of muzzle effect that the contour will give you. I'm going to do my hairline too, and I'm going to pull it down quite low in the middle. Again, that sort of hairline, that beast hairline, I want to try and create that. I didn't want to go too mad, but I did want to have this real angular, beastly looking features. I'm then going in with a little bit of the corduroy to emphasize it, very much so, just a little bit so it doesn't look muddy. And on a smaller brush, going in with Makeup Geek Latte to overemphasize that jaw angular as well. Now, I know I said I didn't want a glow, but I felt like I needed something on the edge of my cheeks just to blend that sort of harsh angle contour into my really white, stark under eye. So I use a little bit of the Anastasia Beverly Hills 10K, which has got really soft golden shimmer. It's almost like a matte shimmer to it. There's no sparkle in it, and that really does help that blend in. And then use a little bit more of the latte around my muzzle area to sort of pull that forward too. Then for a nice flat beastly lip, I used MAC Stone Liner and Jeffree Star Cosmetics liquid lipstick in Celebrity Skin. And unfortunately, when I started doing this, realised that's probably one of my favourite lip combos. I like to wear a beast's lip combo. That's great, yeah. However, I don't tend to overdraw and ombre my lips as much as this, so it's not as bad. But thank you so much for watching. It was hilarious fun to do this one. I actually really enjoyed the beast makeup. If I could walk around looking like a beast, I would. Yeah, I would. It's as simple as that. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I will see you again on the next one. Bye!